3, 2, 1. Alright. Make sure the volume... Why does the volume keep going down? Whatever. Welcome to I Want to Become the Vegetable. This game is a creation of having a dumb idea, wanting it to exist, and no artistic talent to speak of. Those are the words of the actual creator of this game. 90% of the sprites in this are in-engine stuff for the standard I Want to Be the Guy fan game engine. 10% is poorly edited Google images. Good. So this game has 3 stages and a hub. We saw the hub for about 1 screen. This is the first stage that we properly deal with, which is the water stage. The aim of this game is to obtain the parts to be able to become the vegetable. So obviously, at the end of the water stage, we'll have the only thing that could survive at such deep depths. Watering can. So each boss in this game has 2 phases, except for the final boss, which has 3. The watering can here decides to break open at the corners after it hits half health. And what you're supposed to do is stand in between the water. However, the creator kind of messed up a little bit and you can just stand at the edge. The bullet spawning on the far left hand side was to try to avoid this issue, but apparently he just didn't consider all the possibilities. Cool. And that's the watering can boss down. So we can now obtain the watering can and carry on. Look at how happy that Spike is. The Spike's your friend, he won't hurt you. He just helps propel your bullets into the things that you're trying to murder. Alright, back to the hub again, to round 2. Trying to find the second path over to the mud area. I forgot to split, good. This jump looks too hard. That's because it probably is. So the first stage that we dealt with had water, this one has vines, which are a little... I don't know why that bug happens. You can somehow miss the warp transition. Okay, cool. There you go, that's what's meant to happen. Weird bug. Creator is very amateur. Self-proclaimed there. In the readme for this game, he says, I have no idea what I'm doing. Good. The song is Super Mario Land 2 Graveyard. A reference to another game that he is a fan of called I Want a Classic that has this song. But yeah, vines in I Want to Be the Guy fan games tend to be a little finicky, where you actually let go by pressing left or right instead of by pressing jump for some reason. But thankfully there's not too much going on here, so it's not too complicated. I let go of jump, so I lost my double jump. Good. I just missed the vine that time. Good. 'Tis a silly game. I meant to try to bonk there so I'd fall faster, but oh well. That's fine too. The top is actually fake, obviously. Where you meant to go is over to the left here. Then we'll get on to the second boss. Dirt! Obviously a very important requirement when you're trying to become a vegetable. This boss is actually the hardest one in the game. You've got to be up here, otherwise the bullets won't reach far enough to be able to hit the boss. If you were thinking that you could try to duck under the blocks and shoot him from down there, then you can't, because the hitbox of the boss is a giant rectangle, not just what the boss looks like. And this boss is kind of difficult because of this section, because there's a bunch of bullets coming from the top and bottom, and you've really got to pay careful attention to them all. Ooh, a bit close to the end there. Good. We got dirt. Wonderful. Alright, back to the hub for the final round, then we'll move on to the last stage. So now we'll carry on all the way over to the right-hand side and see a wonderful drawing of a door. That is very clearly the opening to the greenhouse in this stage, because where else would a vegetable be but inside of a greenhouse? Oops. I forgot to split again. I'm doing a very bad job of that right now. Yep. Good looking drawing of a door right there. And of course, a very well-known song for I Want to Be the Guy fan games, which is why it's put at the end as a victory reward. What is infamously known as Guy Rock, aka Guilty Gear Issachar Home Street Crave. So this stage is basically composed of like making screens based on the other stages. So the first one's based on the hub with traps. The second one is based on the water stage, which is why there is water. And And the third one is based on the dirt stage. Good jump there, don't know why I did that. So it will have vines. Yeah. And then we get one final fourth screen that's kind of a combination of all of the previous three. And of course the game will end how it began, with one spike at the end that triggers for seemingly no reason whatsoever, moving very slowly upwards and is very easy to avoid. Yeah, if you want to become the vegetable, you must kill the vegetable. But wait! Actually, you'll face the tomato instead. Is it a vegetable? Is it a fruit? Nobody really knows. This boss is also one of the only points that has actual hand-drawn sprites involved. The creator is also self-proclaimed quite proud of the tomato sprite, as it slowly ripens as the fight goes on. The first attack here is sunbeams, the second one is obviously tomato juice, and the cartons can't contain their juice, so they explode and it all goes downwards. It's just not a good time for anyone involved. And then as a final last resort, the tomato will obviously just throw his seeds at you. So you'll have to try to dodge his seeds if you want to try to survive this fight. Ooh, that was a bit close. Congratulations! You have now obtained a tomato seed, the final and most important part to becoming a vegetable. So, one last part, we have to merge the objects together in this small cutscene here. Place the dirt on the ground, put the tomato seed in the dirt, water it with a watering can. Beautiful sound right there. And you'll grow a plant. Which obviously makes broccoli. Because what other vegetable would it make? And then you'd eat the broccoli. And now you are the broccoli. This has been I Want to Become the Vegetable. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this silly little game. Also, there is an extra here. I'm so proud of my stupid game.